Hello, this is Mike with Tradewinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Intech Forge. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple of things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning to come out. On your off campsite, leave some room for your bed to come down. And then think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're actually both in front of your tire here. City water connections where you connect your campsites, and there's your power connection. Once we arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we'll do is level our unit. Unit comes with a hand crank, tongue jack. Crank it to the right to bring it up, to the left to bring it down. Once you got this unit level, next thing you'll do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit, you have these stabilizing jacks. A notched hand crank. Get that in the right spot. Go ahead and run these down. As you run them down, you're going to need to adjust this foot, or just keep it nice and loose. A lot of water dripping. We just washed your unit. I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop. Grab a 4-pack of those from the store, put them down, and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to stabilize it. We got the two in the front. And then back here are the rear ones. So once you got a unit level and stable, we'll hook up your power and water. Then big long 30 amp cord plugs in here on the side. Kind of got like a pistol grip here. It'll go in about 10 o'clock, turn it to noon, put on your black washer, and you're all set. Now at the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110, and your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Has your power hooked up? Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, grab your water pressure regulator. This one will reduce water pressure to about 45 psi. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Go ahead and turn that hose on. Go inside. Open up all of your water lines, your sinks, your showers. Get a nice steady flow of water going through everything. Shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camp. In that case, you're going to fill up your freshwater tank, which is just below your city water connection. Use a water pressure regulator as well. However, this time when you're filling this up, you're going to go inside. When you check the level of your tanks, you'll watch the level of your freshwater filling up. Once that's full, go ahead and remove that hose, put this cap back on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp. We got power and water. We'll walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing up here in the front with your propane. Lefty-loosey to open on that. Make sure you're checking this every now and then. Make sure that hasn't wiggled loose. Off campsite, up top, you got a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. It's setting pretty high, so you don't have to worry about being in front of it if you're running it, because they do get hot. But I do recommend a bug guard. Mud wasp kind of like getting in furnace flues for some reason, so pick up one of those. Good investment. Next to that is where you'll hook up your lippert ladder. Get up there and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Here's your power. Here's you can plug in a solar panel to trickle charge your batteries. Again, city and fresh water. Here's our hot water heater. Underneath that is our black tank, or our sewage tank, and there are our low point drains. Hot water heater, you'll turn on out here, but then you set it to your desired temperature indoors. Bringing down your bed, I just want to tell you, when you're traveling, make sure you keep this locked. Before bringing this down, I'll tell you that is a vent that you can push out from indoors. Set this down. Just go ahead and pull your fabric here over the edges, so when you push that out from inside, it makes it easier. That's your back, big back door. We'll open up and go inside there. This is your ramp for your toys. Spring assisted, so it comes down real easy. Doesn't come flopping down on you. Bring that down, with everything folded up. That's how you will use that as a toy hauler. Putting this back up. You gotta make sure these are locked. Coming down your cab side, you got your big awning. We'll run that out from indoors. A couple of 110s out here. There's a quick connect for your water. And here's a big hose to connect to that water. These are your freshwater hose that we give you. Sewage hose, your big storage container, and spare tire. I recommend trying to find a cover for that. That is going to sit in the sun a lot and bake, so I recommend getting a cover for that. Keep that from baking in the sun. You want it good when you need it. Well, it covers everything out here. We'll take a look on the inside. That right there is a magnet for your door. Hold this open. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Stepping up inside, to my left, will be most of my control panels. Here's my main lights, accent lights, and porch light. Here's my awning lights. Turn that LED on here. Go ahead and run my awning out. All I'm going to do is touch out, and that's going to run out all by itself. Now I can at any time hit stop, and that'll stop. Go ahead and let that continue running out. But again, this is all automatic. There's that porch light. Put that off. I highly recommend bringing these in any type of rain. They are great for shade. Go ahead and stop that and bring it in. Put that running back in. I'm going to show you your max air vent first. Go ahead and turn that on. On means it will open and turn on the fan for you. There's 4 different speeds on this fan. Really great exhaust system. You shut it off, it will close it and shut off the fan. Awning coming back in. I'll go ahead and shut off the awning light. Also, here's your thermostat. Here's where you turn on your heat. Go ahead and crank that up. Turn that on there. Crank it up on the bottom. There's your term for that. You hear that running? Now what you'll notice, I'm going to shut that off. Click it to your right. That fan will take 2 to 3 minutes to cycle through before it shuts off. As far as AC, you'll run that from here. Turn that. Turn it to whichever speed you want here. There we go. And quick dump on the ends. That'll blast the air through here. Low. That shuts off rather quickly. Again, that fan's still running. On your fridge, controls are up here. Turn it on. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Whatever is lit up over here, for example, what's white. So right here, you're controlling the freezer. Touch that. Now we're controlling the fridge. That's down at 3. And then this last one is a night mode. That's just telling the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing you a lot. Go ahead and save me some energy. And it does. Coming into the unit, those are our stairs for outside. A couple indoor speakers, got a smoke alarm. Go ahead and bring the top bunk down. This, pull that to the left. So this side to the left, this whole bunk's gonna fold down. Fold it towards you. And there's your top bunk. You can utilize this ladder to get up there as well. So this will flip back up. See if I can get you a good view from back here. This will fold back in. Get this straight back up. Kind of hydraulic assisted. This light on here. Touch these once for a blue light, twice for accent. Bam. Alright, also back here, we're going to unstrap this. Once, twice. Fold this down. Your leg's actually going to flip right down for you. And then just jackknife this up. This is much easier to do with two hands, folks. But for sake of video, I'm using one. That's how that'll set up. And then over here, note this piece that I'm unzipping will roll up and set and strap in at the bottom. For the sake of the video, I'll leave it down there underneath the mattress here. There it is. It's going to be like a shepherd's hook, curved at one end, this at the other. Curved end is going to go up. Just snap that in like so. Lift up, push out. Curved end goes up and into here. There's your bed. Go back into front here to your wet bath. Hand crank open. Power exhaust vent in here. When you arrive at the campsite, put a gallon or two of water down into your black tank. Keep that from your black tank will thank you later when you're putting solids into it. Up here's where you check the levels of those tanks. Here's where you see your level of your battery, your fresh, black, and gray tanks. Now here's where you turn on your water pump to get to that fresh water. Here's where you turn on a tank heater. That's a little 12-volt pad that's on your tanks if you're in inclement weather and you think it might freeze. Same thing with your line heater. Just turn those on. Back here, a couple USB charging ports. 110 with GFCI reset. You just turn this to light, hit your spark, and that's how those will light up. Make sure your gas is on up front. If this doesn't want to come down for you, lift up on it. It'll help it sit down better. Underneath there is going to be your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Then down here is where you'll turn on your hot water heater. 66 is kind of low. About 120 is where you'll want to set that at. But go ahead and check it yourself and see where you want it at. So you turn your hot water heater at. Take this one. There's your breaker box and fuses. You got a couple of 30s and a ton of 15s. Highly recommend you have some of those with you when you go camping. And lastly, over here underneath your sink, plumbing. If you travel a lot in this, you're bouncing this up and down the road. Check your plumbing every now and then for wetness. Make sure nothing's wiggled its way loose. Sound system up here. AM, FM, Bluetooth. Let's go to FM. Should be good thing to come in. There we go.
.com. They've got campers at Dolney RV Center. You can see what
Indoor,
they have at DolneyRV.com.
and
travel trailers, toy homes. They've got enclosed trailers.
Outdoor
At
speakers.
Dolney RV Center, they even rent campers.
There's one zone here.
You don't want to buy, but
Oh, front and back. There's the back of the unit.
They rent campers at Dolney RV Center.
zone
Reach
is
out
the
to Brandon
front.
Dolney. See what he has available
nice
this summer. Remember, too, they've got Traeger grills at Dolney RV Center. Maybe go pick up a Traeger.
Alright, I think that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I'm looking for, there it is, the carbon monoxide detector. Just so you know, this is 12 volt. So if you are out dry camping and nothing plugged in charging your battery and you're going to be gone for the day, you don't want this to run your battery down. Use your battery disconnect before you take off. Alright, so putting this back up, jackknife, just simply lift it up. It'll lay itself down into another bed, and again we will lift it up against the wall. Use it from the side. There it goes. Strap these in. On your bed, and push in them poles, let that fall forward, set this back down in here, and I'm zip that up. Alright, everything put away. I'm gonna go ahead and shut off my lights here. Now I know any of the lights that are on. Our accent lights, there's none. Everything's secure for travel. Leave the unit. Make sure you lock and deadbolt this door before you leave the dump station. Step set in like that. Now we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. And for dry camping or at a campsite, either one, I'm going to get up underneath here and dump them low point drains. There they are behind there. Dump them out. And then add them up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of your tires. You got 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull that handle. Go inside, check the level of your tanks. This shows empty. Come back out here, close that up, store your sewage hose right back in here, and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this flyer for many years to come. Happy camping.